What is going on, everybody? I am outdoors, and I am currently alone. Tanya wanted to go ahead and start getting ready for bed this evening, but the girls were both excited. They're like, live stream? All right, what we got here? Some phony guy named Mullick's Wing is in there first. It's actually me on my tablet. It's my personal account. Don't mind that. Happy Place Camping is the true first person here. And J. Charles Outdoors, welcome. Thanks for coming in here. So I'm trying out. I'm sitting right outside of the RV, and it's like, it's just nice and country out here. So I had reached out to the person that I so dearly would like to have on the show, and they still are working on internet issues. So hopefully they can make it on next month. But I am here filling in for Jerry Holly, who takes the second Tuesday of the month off, so he's got an important meeting to go to. So I said I would like to do once a month because I find these to be fun. Sounds so weird having headphones on. Oh, Meemaws Matters, thanks for coming by. So, y'all see the solar lights behind me? The string lights? Here we go. Here we go. We absolutely love these things. I know I did a video on them. We talked more about them this last weekend on our camping trip, which y'all see the video later. I'm so behind on making videos. We absolutely love the string light. I think they're solar powered, and it's like $40. And 20 feet of string. Absolutely love this thing. I'm thinking I'm going to get a second one. Just the color is amazing. So how is everybody's November going? I so desperately don't want to be political. It's really hard to go through last week and not be political. So if y'all have watched any of our videos as of late, you know that we took a journey. Our last live stream was from Florida. We are back home now. We actually don't have another RV trip planned until January. It kind of feels like a little bit of a relief because we picked up this RV in July and we have taken it out for 9 weekends so far. I'm counting the weekends going to Florida and the weekend coming back from Florida. Hey there, Lucky Dog Productions moderator. So we do have a tent camping trip in December. We're planning to go to Enchanted Rock State Park, which is real popular here in Texas. It's like a smaller version of Stone Mountain from Georgia. They don't have any RV sites around it, but they've got a lot of tent camping, and that place fills up. Well, somebody's Meemaws Matters birthday is Thursday. Well, I hope you have a happy birthday. But it's nice to kind of be home. Now we get to prepare for Thanksgiving, have some family over to our house, and then on to preparing for Christmas. We're really enjoying having the RV out behind our house because now when family comes to visit, not only do we have like a spare bedroom, we have a spare RV that people can sleep in. The only downside is I don't have a sewer hookup. I can do water. I can do electric. We got full electric now. It's been a tough couple of weeks with all the traveling and everything's going on. I've had some medical issues as well. last week. Hi there, RV America. I actually have an issue that pops up occasionally, and we still don't have firm answers on what's wrong with me, but I will get little bumps that grow on my eyeball. And it is very painful. When it happened last weekend, it had gotten so bad I couldn't look at my phone, I couldn't look at the computer. It hurt to focus, it hurt to see light. I was like laying on the bed with a pillow over my head, and Tanya's like, "Are you trying to go to sleep? It's noon." I'm like, "I'm just hiding." That's all, until I can go to the doctor. So that put a big hindrance in a lot of things for me, for work, for this YouTube channel, getting videos. I could not edit stuff, couldn't watch anybody else's videos. So, but thankfully, the eye doctor I'm seeing now said it's something like a dandruff on the eye that somehow causes the problem, causing these bumps to pop up. I saw 2. He looked at my eye and said I had 4. So he gives me a couple of eye drops, and I am feeling much better. I can see the 2 bumps that I can see are going down. So, hey, Weekend RVN. I just sent you guys a message on Instagram. I'd like to chat with y'all about something a little bit later. I saw something that maybe I can help y'all out with on your YouTube videos, hopefully. I hate like giving out criticism. It's like when it's not asked for, but then I see some things because I pay for the, what is it called? TubeBuddy. I pay for TubeBuddy. And when I use that and I go to other people's videos, I can see a lot of information. And if they're not utilizing stuff, it's like, oh man, let me use the tool I pay for and give you some tips. So hopefully, if you guys want to message me back, Weekend RVing on Instagram, and we can chat. I can hopefully help you guys get a few more YouTube search hits on your videos. All right, 10 people. That's awesome. Thank y'all for coming and checking this out. So, if any of you were here for our last video and you saw Kaylin was dancing behind us nonstop and changing outfits and everything, and she and Kira have a friend over right now, and they are playing Minecraft in the house. Not a lot I can do about that. They love their video games. Yes. Yes, TubeBuddy. So when I watch other people's videos, like normally you can't see what someone else puts for a tag. But TubeBuddy actually can show you what other people are using for tags. So if I see somebody that's not utilizing tags or something like that, I usually try to reach out and say, hey, you guys should use more of the tags, because, and that's what it was, a Weekend RVing. You guys only had 1 tag, and you can use up to 500 characters in your tags. So, and TubeBuddy, it helps you, like, it gets you like scores for like what does the best. So that's pretty helpful. Cool. How's the sound? Is there any feedback, anything like that? It's weird. I'm like in an echo chamber. I can only hear myself. So I'm just out here with my laptop on our folding table that we usually cook with. I tried getting the Wi-Fi from the house, but I guess this giant metal can called an RV blocks the Wi-Fi signal. So I am currently tethering with my phone. There's actually towers right here. They've got 5G. I went out and got me a 5G phone, so that's decent. SEO score, search engine optimization. So it has a score of 0 to 100, and it kind of tells you how that person's score is doing. And it gives you tips on how you can better optimize your search so that people can better find your videos. Oh man, the original adventurers are here. Outstanding. I think I met y'all on a Facebook group, I think. Original Adventurers, they love going to Disney. Great channel. If you guys ever have a chance to check them out. I better not go on a tangent because I know that me and him would probably go off for a full hour on the Star Wars The Mandalorian, and I might lose some of our viewers that are not Star Wars fans. So, but thanks for stopping by here, the original adventurers. It's like, what do I talk about to not be political? Oh, what else can we talk about? So, how about this? Our last two camping trips have been to a very busy, very large, in fact, rated one of the highest state parks in the United States, high grassroots living, and a park so small it only had 16 campsites, and it was so distant they couldn't get trash to come pick up there. So let's talk about that. The first one was Garner State Park in Texas. It is a huge park with nearly 500 campsites. It's rated the best in Texas, and some people say it's one of the best in the United States. We didn't enjoy it because the place was so crowded. Versus this last weekend, we went to Kickapoo Cavern State Park, which is out near Del Rio, which is near the Mexican border. That was interesting because I was not expecting to get stopped by Border Patrol on a random road and ask, am I hauling anybody in my RV? No, officer. I had to warn him too. He's like, can I look in the back window? I said, yes, but there's a German Shepherd there, so please do not be alarmed. So he rolled down the window and got a stare down from Daisy. It was cute. At any rate, the point of this, what I wanted to talk about is, do you guys find no enjoyment from those sites that everyone wants to go to, therefore they're crowded? Or do you find more enjoyment from going to a campsite where it's nowhere near as popular and you got a lot of time and space to yourself? And I am waiting for the chat here to catch up. That's weird. Chat here's catching up. Journey via Lily's Lens. Thanks for coming by. There we go. It's catching up over here. Yeah, space is important to us too. And that when we finally come out with our Kickapoo Caverns video, you'll see that there was so much space. The girls were running around in just our campsite playing tag and just having a blast. There was so much room to move. And not only that, we're out in the middle of nowhere with hardly any light distortion that Tanya and the girls got to see the Milky Way for the very first time. And that was a big deal for all of us. I had seen the Milky Way when I was in Afghanistan. We were at a lights out base there, and it was just easy. It was like, hey, look, cool, there's the Milky Way. You come back to the United States, and there's so much light pollution everywhere, you can't hardly ever see it. So that was really cool. We'd use the lights till about 7 o'clock at night, and then we would just shut down all the lights and just sit in our chairs and stare at the sky, and it was amazing. And I've thankfully just gotten a low light lens for the new Canon camera and actually got a few snaps of the Milky Way. I cannot wait to get in and edit those. Yeah, nature is definitely, that's what we're there for, is the nature. Yeah, seeing the Milky Way was absolutely amazing. Texas meetup soon. Awesome. Seems like all the meetups are either North Carolina or Arizona, which if you look at Quartzsite on a map, that's like more California. So, but Texas is still a big place. Where's the meetup going to be? Really, they've got a Florida park that only allows red lights at night. That's awesome. At this park we were at, Kickapoo Caverns, they didn't dictate that. But we had one headlamp that had the red lights. We all had to have red lights when we were in Afghanistan because our security forces were walking around wearing night vision and we didn't want to blind them. Sweet, Central Texas. Are y'all on Instagram? Journey via Lily's Lens? Off Kilter RV, hello. Welcome to the party. Hello to the ooh. All right. I'll figure out how to chat with you about that meetup offline. Love to meet up with some more YouTubers. We've met up with 2 so far. Got to meet with Mel and Nettie of Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless. They are some of the sweetest people you will ever meet. And we have now also met with, good grief, See Our View. That was a blast. If you've watched their channel, you've already seen us on their video. I've got some footage that I need to work with to put into my video from them. So, yes, grassroots for living, I agree. That's what's so difficult. I start this YouTube channel to promote camping and families getting out. And then I start thinking about it. It's like, man, if we over promote, then all the good spots are going to disappear. It's a tough thing to measure. Kissimmee Prairie Preserve and North Fork Black are 2 dark zone camping areas. I have to look those up later. Since my mom lives in Florida, we will be making more trips to Florida, so we'd love to check out some more parks there. Now, have y'all ever seen the great big cypress trees in Texas? I know Happy Place Camping, y'all saw some redwoods recently, so I know that these would probably not be as big, but these cypress trees at Garner State Park were like cousins to the redwoods. They were huge, beautiful. That when we went there, everyone was fascinated with the things that everyone goes goo-goo for. I was in love with those trees. I shot pictures. In fact, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you've already seen I shot a picture looking down between those trees. I titled it The Mighty Cypress Tree. I love those trees. I've got some other ones where I actually had the girls like try to hug the big trunks. Okay, grew up in Central Florida. Awesome. Late December, I will be home. My parents are coming here from Florida and going to sleep in the RV out back. And in January, it's funny, I make these reservations and then I have to go back into Reserve America and like, where am I going again? I wonder. I don't have my dual monitors here. Hey, RV on the wayside. I was just talking to you. RV on the wayside. I feel that's Donovan and Jody. And I feel like if Donovan and I got together for any length of time greater than 15 minutes, we would probably get into a ton of trouble. Hello. Dominguez, hello from Houston. Hey, thanks for coming by and checking out the live. How to do fun trouble? Uh-oh, I just got a text. The neighbor boy is playing Minecraft. And his mom's like, can you please send him home? Managing the home life while on a live stream. How exciting. Okay. Western Texas. Now, how do you get through Western Texas? Are you already like north? Because if you're east, you have to go through all of Texas. It's so big. Just coming back in and seeing it 800 plus miles. Okay. RV on the wayside. Check your email. Thrifty Angela, what is going on? Mimos matters. I can't tell you the amount of times I have looked at state parks all around where Donovan is located. Donovan doesn't know this. He doesn't know that I sit there and think about him all the time. Now he does, because now he's watching. Oh, Donovan, I actually, you know what? I'm going to save that for a second. Let's see. Tanya just said she's watching. Funny. Yes, Tanya, you're watching. Send Callan home. His mom says go home. I feel like I took a few days off of YouTube too. You're going, Grassroots is going from Wichita, Kansas to Dallas and then over. Yeah, I guess you could skip East Texas going that way. So, maybe would it just be easier to do this? Well, that was just dangerous. So, probably will need some sound. There we go. Huh. Oh man, he's got fancy backgrounds and everything. Donovan, are you ready? Oh, he's moving about. There we go. And oh, I can't.
I was afraid all that background was going to show. I'm glad it doesn't.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. I don't even.
All right.
Man, I'm still setting up just so I can see you. I just learned how to do that, by the way.
What's that?
How to add a background to while I'm on someone else's live stream.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't figured any of that stuff out. I just go outside and throw up a light. But, I mean, you do this every week, so.
I'm getting rid of the echo. Just give me a sec.
That's all good.
All right.
I'm surprised my backup dancers haven't shown up yet.
They're awesome.
The neighbor kid's already headed home, so I don't know why they haven't come running out here. Maybe they can't decide which toy to show everybody.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of that, you inspired me to get a new toy, and I didn't tell Jody I bought one.
Uh-oh. You gonna do that on live?
I don't know that I should ever do that. That might not be a good thing for my life.
Is it a mask?
No, actually, I didn't get a mask, but because of you talking me into get Disney Plus so I could watch Mandolin, I'm all caught up. And I got a couple Baby Yodas, one for my desk and one for her desk, so I don't get in too much trouble.
Nice. Very nice.
So how's it going?
Man, it's going great. Now that I feel like I can sit still for a little bit. You know how that goes, going from the full time to having a place to sit for a moment.
So you're outdoors, right?
I'm outdoors out back of our house by the RV.
Wow, dude, it sounds great and it looks good. Good lighting.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I learned a lot from you.
Well, now everybody knows you're full of crap, so.
So I watched the newest Jay and Silent Bob movie today. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I obviously can't watch it with the kiddos because that's enough bad words to go for 2 rated R movies.
Right. So, I mean, are we free to just talk here? Is that good?
I think so. My kids are seeing TV right now, so they're probably.
I'm not going to say bad words or anything. I just want to make sure you didn't have an agenda or something. I want to stay on topic.
Nope. I just want to have fun.
So, best Jay and Silent Bob movie. Which one did you like the best?
The new one was actually my favorite.
Really?
The way that they touched back on everything they'd done, they were only missing one person that I could tell as far as who they revisited. That's the guy. Well, did you ever watch My Name is Earl?
Yeah, sure. Jason Lee.
Yeah, and his brother, Randy, right?
Yes.
And who had been in Mallrats, who stared at the painting for hours.
Yeah.
I didn't see him in the movie.
I didn't either, and I did look for him.
It might be because he's lost a lot of weight and he's actually gotten really big muscular now, but I don't think that would be reason not to have him because obviously Silent Bob has lost a lot of weight.
Maybe he was in it and we didn't recognize him.
That's honestly what I was thinking. Like, I need to go back and check because
I'm going to have to watch it again now.
It's on Amazon Prime. So I hadn't looked on Amazon Prime in forever, and I was just flipping through all the movies they had today, and I'm like, there's a new Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Those guys were brilliant when they released that movie. I mean, they went around the country and sold out auditoriums and got up on stage and did question and answer with the movie, and they made so much more money and did it all without having to pay big companies for productions and releases. It was really smart.
It's kind of like us grassroots YouTube people.
Yeah, except they're actually on tour for getting paid for it.
Well, yeah, that's true. We'll get there. I'm feeling like Roy from Roy and Becky's Travels. Like, I want to tell these bugs to get their own YouTube channel. Get your own YouTube channel.
So you got to put a brighter light somewhere nearby behind you so it draws them over there instead of right at you.
I tried with that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know that light. That's from your video.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I suppose I should try to keep up with the chat now that you're here.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's see. Happy Place Camping didn't know there. I didn't. I think, Felix, I thought I knew about it, but then it just kind of went by and I totally missed out on it. So for anybody who follows me that knows, I have to have my chapstick. That's an ongoing joke with me and Mel from Melmetti Living Free Zip Codeless.
Jody, I think, has a personal collection of bliss sticks and chapsticks because every drawer I open, there's another one there.
Yeah, I might have her topped. I usually have surplus everywhere. It's a little weird now that I'm working from home. I mean, I had another surplus in my drawer at my office, too. I have to start bringing all that stuff home.
And your favorite flavor is?
My favorite flavor was a tangerine jelly bean, and I can't even get it anymore.
Oh, see, you heard it here, folks. You got it first, live.
The mango sunrise. What are those videos people do? What's in your pocket? Mango sunrise.
That or Bilbo pulling a stun on Gollum. Sorry, you like movie references. I'm just going.
I do. Anytime I walk into the store, chapstick, mask. All right, good to go.
Meemaw Matters said sometimes you have to take a break. Take your break or your brain will explode from YouTube.
Yes. I feel that way because going into our Florida trip, I just mass produced a bunch of videos. And then we kind of coasted through. And now I'm to the point where I have nothing right now. And my mom messaged me. She's like, so what's Thursday night's video going to be? And I'm like, I don't know yet. She's like, how do you not know yet? You're making them. And I'm like, I haven't made it yet. She's like, you're a little late, aren't you? Yeah. I have a lot of footage. I need to sit down and edit.
I don't even know what my short is for Saturday. I have no clue yet.
Your intro?
Yeah, I'm trying to do one every one, but man, I'll tell you what, I put in way too much stuff. I've got lots to do. So I'm with Meemaw. I'm about to explode. I thought about this morning. I'm 200 messages behind in YouTube, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna have a conniption.
Yep. It was getting that way for me too. I'm like, oh my goodness, my messages are piling up. And then I can. What's up?
Are you Movembering it?
What's that?
Movember? You don't know what Movember is?
Is it don't shave to support something?
Well, you don't even have to support something. It's just it's a manly thing, you know, whatever that's all about. But it's about not shaving the whole month of November.
No.
Okay.
I just randomly let it go.
I've never been that manly.
I just let it go till, like, it's too bushy. Trim.
I did it 1 year, and my face looked like yours in a month. It was pretty cool. But I couldn't stand it. This was killing me right in here.
Actually, yes. This part, for the longest time, I trimmed down here. And then I finally just, I got to tough through it. And it was about 2 weeks of total frustration. And then once it got long enough, it stopped bothering me. So there's your motivation. 2 weeks of frustration.
I'll pass.
I was a solid goatee like you for 11 years. No, less than that. I was always the goatee guy. And I've even had a head of hair like you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You probably have a good head. You can pull it off. I bet it looks good. Of course, now, I mean, it's kind of like one of your features, right?
Yeah, now it's like,
feature.
If I cut this off, this is 4 years right here. So if I cut this off, it might attract some attention for a video, but at the same time, it's like 4 years of work is gone. So
Well, we won't call you Goldilocks since
It's not gold.
it's not gold.
Silverlocks.
4 years though, it's worth gold.
Grassroots Living talked about the movie theaters. We've got some movie theaters open here in Texas, and they do all like the spacing out, and you got to wear a mask. And the problem is there's no movies. I mean, there's a couple of movies, but like the big names like Marvel, they don't want to release a movie until they can fill a theater. So I haven't bothered to go to a movie theater. But I take that back. When we were in Florida, my parents loved going to the theater. And they're like, hey, do you want to go to the theater to watch Empire Strikes Back? And I was like, I do love Star Wars. So felt a little weird going to see a movie I've seen 100 times in the theater. But honestly, there was something, I got to think back to it now. There was something I saw in Empire Strikes Back on the big screen that I had never noticed before. So, and now I forgot it.
It's like you're gonna like this, right?
Why did I bring it up?
Man, that's like an anti-spoiler alert. I'm going to tell you something great, and then I'm going to forget what it is. We need trigger warnings for those.
It's like a series on NBC. We're going to give you a great show, and then we're going to cut it off and cancel it. Well, but what about the cliffhanger? My name is Earl. I watched all 4 seasons of that show. And they ended on a cliffhanger of who is the father of Earl Jr.? One of the kids, one of the boys. Was it the son of Burt Reynolds or was it Earl? And then they canceled the show, and we have no idea the answer to the question. So, thanks, NBC.
I'm sure that one's going to keep you up at night.
Maybe.
Oh. Man, you have a lot of good people in here.
Yeah. Thrifty Angelo's got dogs named Luke and Han Solo. That's awesome.
Baby Yoda is so cute. I know, man. It bothers me because Disney just keeps redoing the same cuteness, but this one got me. I couldn't say no. I had to get the little doll that had the ball, puts the ball out like he's handing it back.
I've just got the stuffed one, but then my girls are like, we want one, we want one. So I don't want to talk about it because I think they're inside the house watching right now. Christmas is coming.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Long-haired Santa Claus.
Do you diet for Christmas?
Actually, no, I diet usually for Halloween.
And what famous character are you dressing up for Halloween?
Well, now I'm going to have to find the picture.
All right, you look for a picture. I don't know if I can handle any more cliffhangers in this show. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Grassroots Living said the last movie they saw at the theater was Wonder Woman. Before that, it was probably a Star Trek. Well, you're right up our alley. I don't even know the last movie I saw at the theater. Wow. I do know I went back and saw like an old Flash Gordon again one time and stuff like that. Believe it or not, I saw Star Wars in the Orpheum Theater in the balcony, which they used to have balconies back then. That's my age. And we got to go on the opening night. I don't know how my mom got tickets, but all I remember is lots of flashing. I was too young to really enjoy it, but I mean, I loved it. But it was cool to be in a balcony seat because they took those away after a while. So that was kind of neat.
Yeah,
saw Flash Gordon that way too.
I mean, now they've got the theater seating, the way they do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this actually had this movie theater actually had a full stage, so they would do both plays and movies on the same stage. It was kind of a cool thing. And sometimes they would do like a Nutcracker thing, do the ballet on the stage part, and then have all these cool graphics going on in the background from the reverse projector. And it was pretty neat. I mean, it was ahead of its time, really. It was Galesburg, Illinois. I mean, what is that, 40,000 people? It was ahead of its time for Galesburg anyway. Let's see.
All right, let's see if I'm on one monitor, so let's see if I can share screen. Share. Oh.
Wow. Wow, look at you three. That is awesome.
Yes, the hair has dyed. The beard has dyed. At that time, this was 2 years ago, and my hair was just right to be Bucky. And I already had the Captain America shield. And so I scrambled, like, how can I come up with a metal arm? And so I bought Knight's armor at a Halloween store and spray painted a red star on the shoulder. And Kaylin had already a Black Widow wig and a Black Widow costume.
Wow.
So we were Bucky and Black Widow, and then Kira was Rapunzel.
Where's Tanya?
She was taking the photo.
I know, but did she dress up?
She usually puts on like a little pirate headband. Like it's a little cute headband, and she's a pirate.
So she likes the Pastafarian realm?
Pastafarian? Is that a mom spaghetti joke?
That's just going to be a private joke. Everybody will have to look that up. They dress up as pirates and they like pasta. Let's put it that way. Oh my goodness.
Really? Felix, you're not a Marvel fan either? I think we need a list of like what Felix is a fan of, because everything we come up with, she's like, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan.
But you know what I like about that is I try to take mental notes, and sometimes with Felix, I even write them down because I know I'm going to go, and then that way in the future, I can tease her about something she doesn't like. Because that's how I roll. I like long-term jokes, something that she may have said once, like months ago, and then I'll bring it up.
Yes. The long con, only it's a long joke.
Yes. It's like the fart joke in Jay and the Silent Bob Strikes Back. The whole movie was one fart joke at the end.
Now I got to go back and watch it again.
When they steal the diamond.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one. I need to go back and watch that one again. Now, the biggest thing I remember was that Mark Hamill showed up with a giant hand. And I thought he was going to show up in this one because they showed a giant hand break through a wall at that one scene where Val Kilmer was Silent Bob. And I was like, Mark Hamill's going to be there?
So, yeah, that's all the same one. Yeah, that's the same one. You caught me for a second. I forgot about the... I guess we can't say his name. So, yeah, I'll leave it alone. Mark Hamill's name.
Oh, yes. Probably would not be good.
Oh, but Felix is a fan of magnet fishing, says Grassroots Living.
Thrifty Angela says, I love Picard, too.
I have not watched it. Isn't that sad?
What about just Star Trek The Next Generation? Have you watched that?
The whole thing.
Okay, good. Yeah, Picard is not family friendly. We watched the first episode with the girls, and then I was like so anxious to see what would happen. I watched the second episode on my own, and this admiral drops an F-bomb on Picard, and I'm just like, I thought this was a family show.
It's just a word.
It's just a word. I don't want to have repeated over and over again in my house. So,
exactly.
It's actually just an acronym.
That's true.
But Journey via Lily's lens. Have a great night. Chat with you later.
Lily was great. She used to follow our show. She's awesome. Now we have Van Life with Gina, and she is crazy good.
Van Life with Gina is a riot. I love her energy. She's getting more and more people in there. She's like, "What's up? 20 people in the house, yeah!" And I'm like, "Oh man, this is fun. This is just exciting." And then she's like throwing people's channels up on the screen, and I'm like, "This is a blast."
Yeah, she's pretty sweet. Her energy is fun. It's addictive.
Yes, it is. It really is.
What do we got? Picard is so good. Well, I'll have to, you know what? I'm just going to write it down because if I don't, I'll forget 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, it was good. I watched the whole thing by myself. Once I realized the route they were going, I'm like, well, I can't. Sorry, girls. You don't get to see what happens.
I do really like the new Star Trek movies with, is it Chris Pine? Is that his name? I really think they're
very energetic.
Spock work was just insane. I mean, he sold it to me. I loved it. It was really good, and I love Keith. Was it Keith Urban as McCoy? Yes. He's one of my. So I have a couple bromances.
Okay.
McAvoy's one of them, and Keith Urban's the other.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, just those two. I think are just fantastic.
Now I see why you're shaving your head. Are we going for Professor X?
No, I haven't done that. No, I don't think Professor X weighs my weight. I don't know if I can pull that one off. Of course, could be in a wheelchair and try to hide it with some blankets. But then I think I would just look like an old man in a wheelchair, so I don't know.
Hey, Kenneth Oakes.
Kenneth Oakes.
So who did you say your other man crushes were?
James McAvoy and Keith Urban.
Okay.
Oh, and then of course, Cumberbatch. Those are my probably three favorite.
You mean Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just rewatched that one. I'm like, look, girls, the bad guy's Doctor Strange. Like, what? But then they turned around and they watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and I said, "There's Doctor Strange again."
You knew he was Smaug, right?
Yes.
Did you ever hear about him on what's that?
Have you seen the behind the scenes?
Yes.
Of him. he did the motion capture work.
Dude, it was so great. Did you ever see him on Stephen Colbert as Smaug?
No, I'm gonna have to go look for that.
Everybody needs to look at that. That was so funny because he slams his partner in crime from Sherlock in that thing too. I mean, he comes barreling in. The dragon actually comes into the show, not him. He comes in as the dragon. That was so hilarious.
Nice. I just saw a meme the other day where it said, it showed all these characters in Marvel, and it said, you either live long enough to see yourself a hero, or to die a hero, or you live long enough to become Holmes. And it showed all the Marvel people that had gone on to be Holmes. Not Holmes. Not Holmes. What's the other guy's name?
Watson?
Yes, thank you.
Well, I mean, Iron Man was Holmes.
And now Watson was in the Captain Marvel movie.
That's true.
And Watson from Doctor Strange's Sherlock Holmes. Oh, this is getting confusing. He was in Black Panther.
Something Martin, right?
Yes.
His name. Yeah, he's
he was on the British version of The Office too, as the Jim.
Yes. I got to tell you, the British version of Office, I absolutely loved. And I hope Ricky Gervais never, ever sees this. Somehow I think I'm safe. But I really did like Steve Carell's version. And I think it's mostly because the jokes were more Americanized.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Ricky Gervais to me is, well, since we lost our good friend Robin Williams, I think Ricky Gervais is still I think he's the funniest person now, personally. He cracks me up.
He's pretty funny. At my house, though, he's referred to as number 2.
Is what?
Number 2. Don't know that reference?
No.
Hi there, Shalane K. Muppet movies.
Yeah,
Seen any of the most recent Muppet movies?
not the most recent ones.
Ricky Gervais was a criminal trying to convince the Muppets to go on these tours, while him and his partner, who was number one, were stealing stuff from art museums near the Muppet shows.
I do remember seeing that. I only saw it once, but yes, I didn't realize. Ah, so number 2. All right, thanks for that. I have to
There's
keep up
there's
with
a
you.
whole song that goes with it where the frog, who's a criminal, he keeps singing, "I'm number one, you're number two," and he's like talking and singing to Ricky Gervais. It's great.
This should be movie hour. I'm so sorry.
I know we're just running away with this,
Oh,
but this is. I don't want to have like a weekly or daily live stream. I don't think I could do it. I mean, the amount of work that you have to put into preparing for what you do. I prefer to do the edited stuff. That's what I enjoy. That's my art. But I see you guys having fun doing these live streams, and I'm like, you know what? I think I got enough energy to do once a month.
sure, you don't want to do it twice a month?
What happens?
Oh, that's right. You can't do Saturday nights. Never mind.
Yeah, Saturdays are hard.
I know.
I was home Halloween, and I literally thought to myself, I'm like, yes, I'm going to be at the RV on the Wayside live stream. And I showed up and I typed it, and they're like, all right, come on, take us trick-or-treating. And I'm like, bye, Donovan and Jody. I had to walk away. My Saturdays are always busy.
Oh, yeah, I might have scared the kids. I don't know if I would have let them watch me. Jody did my makeup. I was looking pretty scary that night.
Okay, now I definitely am motivated to go back and watch that.
Oh, the intro, my favorite one I've done.
Nice.
Toonstead drew some pictures of me, and I used them and animated the pictures he drew for me into the intro. It was so much fun.
Wow.
I got to learn something new every time I do something. So that was my learning new, how to animate a still cartoon.
So I don't know who did it, if it was like Letterman or Jimmy Fallon, but I want to start a live stream live from like somewhere out in the field and like run back and run inside and go inside to my computer and like have it go live the whole time. Doesn't that sound like something David Letterman would have done? Like go out to the deli out in the street and get a sandwich and then come back.
Yeah, someone used to do that. Was it Letterman?
It might have been. And I would love to be able to do that like live. Now, if Letterman did it, it wouldn't have been live because he films everything during the day. But
dang it, I can't remember. Someone used to do that. It was in New York, and they would come running along the side of the road, and they'd go to the sandwich shop. And
yeah, I think that was Letterman.
Someone help us in the chat there. Who was that? I think it was Letterman.
We have someone randomly dabbing. Letterman was always on the streets, according to Mimas Matters. Now, how do I say this? Is it Shalane K? I am not familiar with this person.
Shalane K. Well, she's got looks like a Toonstead.
Yeah.
Hey, Shalane, can you tell us what your channel's about? I'm about to write it down. That name sounds familiar to me, though. I'm in the bad process. I'll admit this live. I didn't know I was going to talk about that. But I'm in the bad process of going through my subscriptions and having to take out the ones that like no longer make videos. And I didn't realize I was at 1,100. So it's going to take me a while to get through them all.
You're subscribed to 1,100?
Yes.
Is there a cap?
I haven't found one yet.
Because I'm pretty sure YouTube will automatically do that for you. That's what everybody refers to as those purges that happen like quarterly.
Oh, that could be. I'd like to get to around 800.
Oh. Isn't that how many subscribers you have?
No. So you can subscribe now.
Oh, Hi, Camp Therapy. Hi, Shannon Craft. You lost me. I'm so confused.
Was she able to tell us? I'm the roots of grassroots living. Oh, okay.
There we
It
go.
looked like a Toonstead cartoon.
Nice.
I'm guessing we said your name right, Shalane, right? Pretty sure that's right. So who comes on after you?
Last time it was a premiere for Grassroots Living.
Hello.
She can't hear you because I
Oh.
have the headphones on. Grassroots Living, do y'all come on next? Oh, Happy Place Camping is gonna. Yep. Yep, we got Happy Place Camping has put the rate in there for Grassroots Living.
Oh,
4
very
minutes.
good.
And I've got my
shit.
backup dancer finally here.
So is Happy Place Camping a moderator?
For Texas Family Camping?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not though, am I?
Not currently. Though the long joke there was not aimed at you. Gary's not here right now.
Yeah, Gary tried to pull the contract thing on me.
The contract thing.
Yeah, but I don't drink straight black coffee, so he told me I wasn't qualified.
Well, tell him he doesn't drink coffee out of a bat turd or whatever.
It's amazing he fits in that closet. That's what gets me. Well, no, he's kind of short. I guess he's small. He can fit.
The other day he came out of the closet.
I love when you can set up a joke and someone knocks it down without hesitation. It's just so fun.
Yep. So when I first started YouTube, and then when I'm at work in a group of people and we're just laughing and I say stuff and people just laugh, and I started making YouTube videos and I thought I would be hilarious, and then I'm like, I'm not hilarious at all. I'm not even remotely funny. And then I'm like, it's because I'm by myself.
It was an eye opener for me too. I mean, we did boring videos in the beginning. Well, I think they're boring. People are nice. They're always going to say, oh, I loved it. But I mean, there was nobody talking. It was just visuals and music and, like your music videos. But just kidding. Your stuff is so much better than mine ever was. But then all of a sudden I realized, I just need to add. I need something. I got to have a subject so I can talk about things and make them funny, because by yourself, I can make fun of people all day, but just trying to be funny on your own, not possible.
Yeah, it's so tough. It's tough. I mean, look at Jerry Seinfeld. The guy's a dud on stage, right?
Yeah. Dude, that show of him driving around with comedians in cars was fabulous.
Yes, I love that show.
Cow. Was it when he went with Shaquille O'Neal to Shaquille O'Neal's Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme donuts that he owned, and they brought out this gigantic cake of glazed donuts to give some lady a surprise.
That must have been a newer one because I haven't seen that.
Oh, it was great.
All right, we are down to less than a minute. So,
all right, I'll shut up.
Texas Family Camping Raid on Grassroots Living. So if y'all are here, if y'all would love to go over there, tell them that we sent you. We would greatly appreciate that. And me and Donovan will have to discuss more of these meetups.
Yeah, we need to do that. I'm ready to drive.
Do you want to stay on for a moment? We can chat?
Sure.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to end the broadcast here. Y'all head on over there and check out Grassroots Living.